What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this one, we have Obi Wan Nairobi, SAS hero of the Kenyan terror attack. Now, I haven't reacted to this video, but I have reacted to a video that kind of talked about this Kenyan terror attack previously, and so I have a little bit of insight going into this one. I don't know if this video will provide any new details in the video I reacted to. It's been a while, so a lot of details I've probably forgotten. Anyways, before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy it, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. If you would like to support this channel by becoming a member, smash that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Now let's dive in.
Christian Craighead, Obi Wan Nairobi. It was a warm, sunny Tuesday afternoon, and everywhere people are window shopping and exploring the grounds of the Dusit D2 luxury hotel complex. Located at 14 Riverside Drive, the hotel was at the center of many expensive stores and international office buildings. The Kenyan Commission on Revenue Allocation, I&M Bank, Amadeus IT Group, and a host of other businesses.
Sorry about this. Okay.
Revenue allocation, I&M Bank, Amadeus IT Group, and a host of other businesses dotted the walled-in property. For years, this complex in the capital of Kenya had peacefully operated as a host for tourism and international business. That was all about to change on the afternoon of January 15th, 2019. As people sat outside the Secret Garden restaurant, which was just opposite the Dusit D2 hotel, a man approached and stopped directly in front of the patio seating area. He was speaking very loudly on his cell phone, attracting the attention of everyone in the restaurant. "Where are you?" he screamed in Swahili into the phone. Some of the customers sitting there began to feel uncomfortable and anticipated that something bad was about to happen.
I'm out of there.
The man's erratic behavior caused an unnerving feeling of suspense. Moments later, the man detonated a secret explosive device located on his body and instantly killed himself and many of the nearby customers.
That's crazy. Yeah, as soon as he started talking on the phone in a loud, aggressive manner and is yelling, I'm out of there. I am booking it. I'll come back and pay my ticket tomorrow, bro. But especially, I guess, growing up here in the U.S., like, where there's more guns than people, so you're very aware of danger and dangerous situations, like that kind of stuff, bro. Like, and that make you feel uncomfortable, and you need to get away. You need to absolutely get away. I hate that. I hate that there are people that would do this, that would take the lives of other people along with the lives of themselves. That bothers me to no end, because human life is valuable and precious, and it is sickening to do something like this.
Windows 6 stories up from the blast were shattered, and debris was strewn across the grassy lawn. As the smoke cleared and people ran for their lives, no one could have guessed how deadly the rest of the day would become. Around the same time, at roughly 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 more armed men drove to the entrance of the compound. At the security gate, the guards' suspicions were aroused, and they fired some warning shots at the vehicles. The 4 men were forced to abandon their vehicle and continue up the street on foot. Approaching the front gate, they threw hand grenades at vehicles parked outside the entrance, and 3 cars exploded into bright hot flames. The purpose of this second explosion was to create chaos and confusion within the luxury complex, making people become disoriented and easier to trap. After a brief skirmish with the front gate security, the attackers forced their way into the complex. These men were wearing black apparel, carrying assault rifles, and had a lot of extra ammunition magazines with them. Clearly, the attack was coordinated beforehand to cause as much devastation as possible. They split into 2 groups.
You just see all these people laying down, and it's less painful to see it in an animated form, but you just know that this attack was a real situation that happened, and there were a lot of people that lost their lives this day, and that it's just sad. It's absolutely sad that these guys would come in here and do that. Like, I guess that's the part about humanity that I just hate, is the evilness that can be in people's heart, or the justifications that they can give themselves for doing something like this. That's truly heartbreaking. That's
groups of two and began systematically moving through the office buildings. Shooting and throwing grenades as they moved up the floors, the group killed anyone that they came into contact with. Kenya is no stranger to terrorist attacks. 10 minutes into the attack, dozens of security personnel began to arrive at the front entrance. Police special forces, paramedics, and armed civilians raced into the complex to begin helping evacuate the panic-stricken crowds. Among those helping was Christian Craighead, a British SAS soldier who was in the country to help train Kenyan soldiers to fight against terrorist attacks.
Shout out Christian, man.
For Craighead, the day had started normally enough. He was shopping at the mall when he received a phone call that there was an attack at the hotel complex. Immediately, this British SAS soldier, who was a member of the elite 22nd Regiment, grabbed his equipment and ran to his car. Weaving in and out of traffic, he pushed his way through Nairobi and toward the Dusit D2 hotel compound.
Man.
Hey everyone, do you want to fly through the skies?
Shout out freaking Christian Craighead. An absolute freaking hero. This man, without a moment's hesitation, got his gear on, headed to the site, right? And he was about to save some lives. That's truly, truly special. And that just lets you know how elite the SAS are. No hesitation, they're driving into danger without a second thought, and they're there to save as much people and to neutralize whatever threats there are. I don't know if this is
a Messerschmitt?
Right,
well, now you can. You know, when I'm playing War Thunder, it feels like I'm in the middle of a real battle.
I'm gonna skip the sponsor, y'all.
Leaving his vehicle, Craighead could hear the sound of automatic gunfire, and although he had little intel on what was unfolding, he knew that many people were in danger. His training in the British Army had prepared him for this sort of situation. Christian Craighead had joined the Junior Parachute Regiment before his 17th birthday and trained with them for 6 months before moving on to the program for adult paratroopers.
Before his 17th? God, he knew exactly what he wanted to do with his life.
Pegasus Company, also known as P Company, is a pre-parachute selection course that takes place over a 5-day period and entails grueling training. Not many pass the course, but those that do have the chance to continue on to the parachute course. After graduating from training, he served for 3 years as a paratrooper before joining the Pathfinder Platoon, which is an elite unit, part of the 16 Air Assault Brigade. These operators serve as an advance force and carry out dangerous reconnaissance missions. In 2003, he deployed to Iraq and worked in this capacity as a Pathfinder. 9 years later, Craighead completed the British SAS's notorious 6-month-long selection program and became a member of the 22nd Regiment. The 22nd Regiment is one of the most elite units in the force.
Elite of the elite.
From here, much is unknown about his career in the SAS, as the force is known to be secretive and discreet about their missions. What is known is that years later, while training Kenyan soldiers to fight terrorism, he made 4 gunmen regret the day that they decided to attack the Dusit D2 hotel complex. None of the terrorists could have possibly known that a professional British SAS soldier was quickly moving toward their position to eliminate them. Wearing body armor, a balaclava, and a pair of jeans, Craighead got to work. He carried a Colt Canada C8 series rifle, which is essentially an AR-15 or M4/M16 at its core. The gun was specifically an L119A2, which is a modernized version of the C8 and has a monolithic upper receiver. This serves to make the gun more accurate by zeroing large optics and laser aiming devices. Also featured on the gun was the SIG Romeo 4T optic, which is a premium red dot optic, and a Surefire FA556A suppressor.
Yeah,
Firstly,
they effed up. They ain't know Craighead was nearby, and that was their worst mistake. But I love his job. Know what I'm saying? Before he neutralizes threats, let's get as many people to safety as I can as he's getting people to safety. Not worried about his own life, not worried about his own safety at the moment. His main focus is to, 1, get people to safety, 2, neutralize the threat. Sensational.
Craighead helped escort numerous groups of civilians out of the complex. He can even be seen on video footage carrying out wounded people and providing cover for the paramedics. Time after time, he brought people out of harm's way to then turn and head straight back towards the enemy fire. People were amazed by this unknown, masked foreigner who was taking control of the situation and getting all those people to safety. Next, as Kenyan soldiers and police established a perimeter around the compound, he embedded himself within a group of soldiers and started to work, moving through the buildings. Everywhere, people were trapped in rooms waiting to be rescued as they were pinned down by gunfire. However, the soldiers were not able to engage the terrorists directly while administering aid, so Craighead broke off from his group to confront the gunmen alone. More video footage from the scene shows him running away from the friendly soldiers and towards enemy gunfire as he scanned the upper floors of the buildings. Performing a solo sweep of the rest of the complex, Craighead located 2 of the terrorists, who were now at the back of the compound, and eliminated both of them by himself. Unknown to him and Kenyan authorities at the time, 2 other terrorists remained active.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. They wasn't effing with Craig. Bro. I got so much respect for this, man. Like I told you, I've seen a similar video, but it wasn't animated. And, man, I have so much respect for this dude. I have so much respect for anybody who serves and is willing to make all the sacrifices. And at the end of the day, the ultimate sacrifice of putting their life on the line in order to serve and save others. That's the ultimate thing that you can do. That's got my ultimate respect. So, big thank you to anyone who has served, anyone who has family members who serve, because you guys have to live knowing that one of your loved ones is out there putting their life on the line, and that's scary to live with. So all you guys, man, you guys are heroes.
The evacuation process continued throughout the day. Craighead continued to help coordinate medical aid and clear floors of the public. However, during the early hours of the next day, January 16th, gunshots and explosions could once again be heard. This time, Kenyan police were able to apprehend the gunmen and announce that the complex was finally secure after the 19-hour siege. Immediately following the attack, no one knew Christian Craighead's identity. Only photos of a masked man aiding people appeared on the internet to give any clues. He became known as Obi Wan Nairobi, a name which referenced his heroic, selfless actions and concealed identity. A Black
name.
Rifle Coffee Company Blackbeard patch on his backpack was the only clue to his identity. Only after he made an appearance on the company's podcast was he finally identified as Christian Craighead. He received the Conspicuous Gallantry Cross for his actions that day and retired from the SAS a year later and wrote a book about his experiences in Kenya, including the infamous incident. The Kenyan government was also praised for its fast response to the attack, which had been coordinated by the Islamist militant group Al-Shabaab. Backed by Al-Qaeda, the Somali terrorist organization had planned the attack as retribution against the United States President Donald Trump because he had formally recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Although close to 700 people were saved during the evacuations, 27 people were killed by the attacks, including many Kenyans, an American man, and a British South African man, and many more were injured. While the response of the Kenyan police and army personnel is worth applauding, it was the actions of a lone British SAS operator who helped save the day. Christian Craighead had prevented more lives being lost with his heroic deeds and had taken the initiative when he had gone off and killed 2 of the gunmen on his own. Both the Kenyan government and residents of the compound have come forward to shower Craighead with much-deserved praise and thank him for risking his own life to save complete strangers. So, next time someone blows themselves up in front of a crowded cafe and a small army of terrorists start executing civilians, the world had better hope that there's a British SAS operator around to save the day.
Man, shout out to the SAS. What I've been told is the elite of the elite top special units force in the world, SAS and SBS. Yeah, I've been told by y'all, hey, don't compare the U.S., the Navy SEALs and Delta to them. But still, I still got so much respect for the U.S. SEALs and Delta and the top forces in the U.S. Army. But Obi Wan Nairobi, man, absolute hero. I'd love to go check out the podcast where he actually talked about what he did, and they say he's got a book out. So I'm sure on the podcast he may have talked about the book, but I'd love to check that out. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this story. That was such an incredible thing by him, and an absolutely terrible thing by those terrorists. I hate that with every bit of my being. If you enjoyed the reaction, though, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the next one. I'll see you guys next time.